Welcome to Chart of the Day Cafe for Tuesday, February 2nd, 2016. Just going to read our disclaimer quickly. Trading stocks is a high level of risk and viewers should complete their own due diligence on any stock or underlying that they intend to own. 100% of the content of this video and communique is intended for journalistic and educational purposes only. This video and all indicators, strategies, and articles herein should not be construed as investment advice. Thank you for your patience with that. So as regular viewers well know, we've been keeping an eye on the Russell Index using the monthly time frame. So we're looking at the 5-year monthly chart. This channel, indicated by these blue lines, was important to the Russell through all of 2014, where it traded sideways, consolidated, and then in early 2015 had this lift out and up over the upper blue channel line. But with the price action recently, we have sold off significantly. We are now trading below the lower blue channel line, encouraging a little bit to see the month of January candle is now complete. Here it is here. It's got a longer wick, and here is where we've opened so far for the month of February. So it's time to be super cautious and careful with price below the 8-day EMA on the monthly chart. You want to be extra careful with your plan and the things that you're looking at. So that's the monthly chart. Let's pull it into the 2-year weekly chart just to see how price has been behaving recently on the weekly perspective. So the last couple of weeks, so here we are, it's only Tuesday, so this is our candle so far for this week, but the last 2 weeks were a little bit encouraging. Some volume started to come in. We've got some long wicks and hammers pushing price up, but until it's up and over this 8-day EMA and back into a discernible uptrend, we are not putting any new charts forward to our viewers, just keeping an eye on some old names that may be worth a look should price start to firm up and the Russell trade in a more positive manner. That's the weekly chart. Let's take a look at the daily on the Russell. So as you can see on the daily, it is up and over that 8-day EMA. It had a good day Friday. It was that nice day Friday. Yesterday it showed some consolidation and a pause. I'm filming this at about 9:15 on Tuesday morning. The futures are well off, so we are going to be opening in the sort of the bottom range here. So it's all about price holding this 8-day EMA, and perhaps either it's going to go lower or it will start to show some strength and hold that 8-day EMA. So just wanted to give you that monthly, weekly, daily perspective. Should the markets improve through the day, Shanghai seemed to find some footing overnight. The European markets sold off. Oil is selling off again, so nothing is really encouraging as I filmed this morning. But in the next few days, if price does start to show that it's got some footing, aerospace and defense is an area that looks pretty interesting. I was looking at Raytheon this morning. This is a pretty nice looking chart, 2-year weekly chart. This was one of our early picks in 2014. We put it forward here, this green circle, and I'll put it on the weekly chart so you can see it a little bit better, but it's showed some strength, and that's a nice volume bar from last week, as well as Lockheed Martin is sort of trading in that wedgie pattern that we like to see. And again, these are weekly charts, but encouraging to see that for the most part, the uptrend has remained somewhat in place. So we need some giddy up on Lockheed Martin here. And it was not a Chart of the Day Cafe pick, but still a nice looking chart. The other one that is a cafe pick is Boeing. I just wanted to show you the longer term chart on Boeing. Let's go to the monthly chart. Boeing is finding a little bit of support here, perhaps. You can see that way back here in 2014, this offered some support. So if aerospace and defense starts to pick up, Lockheed Martin, Raytheon, General Dynamics starts to pick up, Boeing might be worth a look. And you know, at Chart of the Day Cafe, it is all about price being up and over that 8-day EMA. So Boeing announced their earnings. They weren't that great, but they have, I read an article, they won a new contract in the last couple of days. Their score value-wise is still there at 1.40, and Boeing pays a 3.59% dividend. So it's all about price being up and over that 8-day EMA. It may just start to sell off, but if it does start to hold, you might want to take a look at that one. Sorry about that. And the other ones that I wanted to flag for you are Southwest Airlines. Again, we're looking at the monthly chart in this area that I deem to be sort of interesting. So area of support, it's up and over the blue, it's announced earnings. Southwest Airlines still has that value score at 1.59, and they pay a small dividend. It's under 1%, but it's a dividend payer. All about price being up and over that blue line though. And the other one is Apple. So Google announced their earnings last night. They were deemed to be good. Apple is trading in this great big wedge. I wanted to show you the wedge. So it's getting into this apex of the wedge. Last month was a little bit of a doji. Here we are here. So it's way early yet for Apple, but if price starts to firm in technology led by Facebook and Google's earnings, which were pretty good, perhaps Apple might be worth a look if it starts to move up into this area here. So those are the ones I wanted to flag for you today. With that, I will leave you. Should be an interesting day, and we will be putting a video out again on Thursday. Thanks, and have a great rest of the week.